Thanksgiving weekend, I got the call from Chris, and Brandon and I had been hunting in Illinois that afternoon, and we had a decent shoot, shot into a couple nice bunches of mallards, and he sent me some pictures, and he said, man, you boys better get down here. And so Brandon and I called Rory on the phone, and we loaded up the trucks and loaded our guns, and we decided to head out. Of course, we'd been hunting the last couple of days and had family stuff for Thanksgiving, so we were running on empty. We had no sleep, and of course, you know, that's just kind of how duck season goes, but we weren't going to pass up an opportunity like that. So we loaded up and decided to head down to Arkansas, and we were in for a heck of a treat, just like we suspected.
On the board. Hey, there'll be some. There'll be one.
If you're ever in the woods and you hear there'll be some, Dub, or there'll be some, you know, that's only one person that I can think of, and that's Keith Allen.
We'll get to trolling, there'll be some. We got too much horsepower not to.
I met Keith, 13, 14 years ago, and it was to learn how to become a better caller. And, the more and more time that we spent together, the more friends we became, and got to go hunting with him and all that. And, we've even spent time in the Rocky Mountains chasing elk and chasing turkeys and chasing ducks in different states, and just a lot of good memories there. But, if there's one guy that I go to for duck calling advice, it's definitely Keith Allen.
Duck calling to all of us isn't just duck calling. It's something that a lot of us take passion in year round. We've got some call makers in our group of friends, and not to mention, of course, hunting in the green timber. It's a whole different style of calling. When you hear those calls go off with guys like Chris, Brandon, Rory, Devin, Josh, and Keith, and Devin, Josh's crew, it's a special thing. And being able to see the sequence and the cadences that, are created with a group of callers like that. A lot of times you get one guy, that tries to piggyback off the other guy. Well, when you get a group of 5 or 6, 7, 8 incredible duck callers, everyone just kind of picks up and follows the leader, and it's something really special to be able to watch and to hear. And when you go back and listen to some of that audio, it gives you chills to go down your back. And it really makes you feel fortunate to be able to learn and hunt with a group of guys like that. getting the invite to go down with some of those guys was a pretty awesome thing, and I had high hopes, and of course we had a blast. The hunt wasn't quite what we'd hoped for with the weather and the heavy fog and no wind, but nonetheless we had an absolute blast and something that I'll never forget.
So the last 2 years have been pretty tough on the duck hunt community around here. We lost two of our best friends, Rory O'Keefe and Zach Johnston. So I met Rory in college. You know, we had several mutual friends through the duck hunting world, but I finally met him at a place called Slingers. And he was wearing a red, white, and blue American flag button-up, you know, jean shirt, just loving life. We always had talked about hunting. It was actually teal season at the time, and so I put his name in my phone as Rory O'Keefe Hunter just so I'd remember it the next morning. And he's still on my phone as Rory O'Keefe Hunter, and we always joke about that.
Last year I became pretty good buddies with Brandon and Rory. You know, being in the duck hunting community, you know a lot of guys through social media or through buddies or, you know, via text message. You get talking to someone, hey, how'd you guys do over here? How'd you do back there? And you get to know guys pretty well. And Brandon and Rory and I, we all kind of became buddies, kind of joined forces, you could say. And we had a lot of awesome hunts last year together, and I became really close friends with those guys. And Rory became a good friend of mine that I hung out with every day or talked to every day, and definitely spent a lot of time with during duck season. Spent more time in a truck or in a blind with Rory than I did in my own bed or at my own house. And when you spend time with guys like that, you become pretty close and you become more than brothers.
You know, me and Rory became brothers, not only, you know, fraternity brothers, but, you know, he was just like a brother to me. And we ended up, you know, hunting every single day together. You know, Rory was extremely passionate about his duck call craftsmanship. You know, once he started getting his calls online and, you know, people blowing them and videos of it, people really started to appreciate, you know, how much work he actually put into these calls. You know, after Rory passed, we decided to go take a look at his duck call room. And, you know, you'd look down under the tables and there'd be thousands of inserts, you know, beautiful wood inserts. And not many people would understand why he, you know, just wasted those good inserts, but that's just how much of a perfectionist Rory was. You know, he wouldn't let a call go out the door that wasn't, you know, tuned perfect or tuned just like a mallard duck. That's just how he was, and that's why so many people appreciated what he did.
Rory's a guy that I look to as probably someone who would have been a good friend of mine for the rest of my life, and someone that I would spend a lot of time duck hunting with. I think back on this a lot, and I'm very thankful that we did start this project and that we do have a lot of the cool stuff that we've been able to share with our friends and with our best friend. And it's going to be special to be able to look back on it and see Rory smile and see that laugh and see us high-fiving each other and, you know, reliving those good times that we've all spent with each other and some of the bad times too. To lose someone like that you've grown such a close bond with so fast, it's very hard, and it's a feeling that you can't really describe to someone. You know, it's just something that an average person doesn't know about a duck hunter and the bond that we share with each other.
I give my heart and soul, don't count the cost to care what I owe, be to blame, making my life a numbers game, 'cause it ain't the school, it's what you give for one more. cost or care what I owe. Won't be to blame for making my life a numbers game, 'cause it ain't the score. It's what you'd give for one more.